Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Thank you for coming on and listening. Today is Tuesday, August the 8th, to IAMKAYMCCRAY. This is our 65-day journey to 65. Well, we're moving right along. I'm so glad you're able to come today. I'd like for you to like and to share and subscribe. That would be so amazing. Thank you. And if you know of anyone that may want to hear, please share that with them, okay? Today I want to talk to you about SIFT and SHIFT. SIFT and SHIFT. Wow, it sounds like a tongue tire, right? But that's the word for today that I'm going to share this golden nugget with you, SIFT and SHIFT. Now, of this SIFT and SHIFT, on Sunday afternoon, we're sitting in the den trying to, see, okay, what we're going to talk about on Tuesday. What wisdom nugget can I give you on Tuesday? And this is what I have. I knew it was something that was going to deal with shifting, but SIFT and SHIFT. Okay, let's go into it. Today, I want you to really, really listen to what I have to say, and you're going to gleam it out. You're going to pull it out, okay, in this. When I was in high school, I drove a 1965 Volkswagen Beetle. It was red. It wasn't candy apple red. It wasn't shiny. It wasn't none of that. No, it was an old Volkswagen. So in being an old Volkswagen, the back of the Volkswagen where the hood, the engine in a Volkswagen is in the very back of the car. It was dented in. It was, had been somebody had hit it in the back, but it was mine. And some of the seats in the inside of it needs to have been reupholstered, so I put a towel over it. It was good. I could chug along. I drove myself to school. And there was two of my other friends that rode with me, and we would just ride on to school. But in the beginning of getting this Volkswagen, I didn't know how to drive it. I had to learn how to drive the vehicle. So, it was a 5-speed. So here it is. I'm in the first gear, and it's chuck, try to get in the second gear. And there was time it just chuck until it just cut off because I wasn't giving it enough gas and speed that it needed in order to smoothly transition from one gear, speed, first gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear, and definitely wasn't getting the fifth gear at all, okay? So, but it was a process to the learning. After I graduated from high school, I moved to Atlanta. And when I was in Atlanta, I remember my first experience of being on International Boulevard downtown at a red light in a Volkswagen. You talking about terror? That was terror. I'm at the light. I have my right foot is on the gas and I'm giving it gas, and my left foot is at the clutch and it's not all the way down. I'm trying to balance this thing out because it's like, a tightrope situation with driving a stick. So I'm trying to give it the gas and get ready to come off the clutch, and so that I can transition from being at an angle up on this hill with cars behind me. It's like, oh, dear Lord, don't let me roll back and hit nobody's car. Okay, the light changed, and there it was. I came off of the gear, the clutch, and I gave it gas, and we went on about our business. Yeah, now that was an experience. Then I'm talking about SIFT and SHIFT. A shift of a Volkswagen, or shift in the spirit realm, requires there's timing, there's speed, there is balance, there's acceleration. It's a lot of things that goes with it. I'm using the analogy of a Volkswagen and driving it from that standpoint. But when change is coming into your life, these are things that it has to come in alignment. So that as you're shifting meaning that you're moving from one place into change to something else. Shifting. What I found over the years is that when promotion is coming into your life or a new level is coming to your life, there's a certain thing that you cannot move to the next level without have done some soul work or some homework or something of shedding some of that weight, because you can't carry weight of old into a new place. that brings us to our sifter or sifting. I asked a couple of people that are really, really good cooks. They cook cakes all the time. And in asking and polling a few people, I asked them, do you still use a sifter? And they're like, hey, quite a few said, no, I don't use a sifter because, a certain type of flour that I use. But there was others that says, yeah. I remember growing up, my mother used a sifter. And I just remember how she would put the flour in, and sometimes dust looked like it was going everywhere. It's that fine dust that would be flying. And when she put the flour in, she would crank it. Now, she had the cranker style, but there's some new ones that you just mash it, and the flour would come out of the bottom as it sifts. But the sifter, you hear that sound? It sounds like something being grounded, right? You're grinding something. There's a saying that people say, I'm on my grind. I'm grinding things. But see, there's a thing that takes place before I can move into promotion that I got to get rid of some of this stuff. The objective of a sifter is that when you put the flour in and the fine part comes out underneath, the fine part that comes out underneath is what the cooks tell me that they love, because what it's doing is it's coming out and it's lighter. It's full of air. Oh, and it's going to give them, their cake is going to be fluffy and it's not heavy. So take that. The lighter part comes out. Sometimes we carry stuff and it weighs us down. That's the purpose of the sifter, to being sifted. Sift and shift. So as the sifter is being used, and we apply this to our lives using the Volkswagen with the shift and using the sifter for the sift, we take that same concept as a wisdom nugget into our lives. That in order to move to this next place that you're going through, in order for me to move to the next place that I'm going through and to, there's a process. That's the wisdom key. But we got to go through the process so that we can shift into the progress. Wow. I hope that this has been helpful to you. Sift and shift. That's been the word of the day, so that we can apply it to our lives and that we will increase in every area of our lives. Because that's one of the things that I learned from a personal standpoint as well as professional standpoint, that you have to do it. That's lining up with our soul work so that we can continue to increase in every area of our lives. But we got to do the work. That's the wisdom key of the day. Apply it to your life. Go back, listen to this video again. Be still. Take your sheet of paper and begin to ask yourself, is there anything in this video that I can use so I can make it applicable in my life? For this is the wisdom nugget of my 65-day journey to 65. I'm Kay McCray. And before I leave, I want to leave this with you. I want you to have a great day, and a great day intentionally. Until next time.